So, what do you do?
Should we keep heading towards the
Was
tower?
there anything when the vines came apart? Is there anything interesting up by them? Wilbur's gonna go with the pitchfork and kind of sort through
Well,
that.
as you get closer to inspect the site or whatever, in the heap of the vines that are on the ground of your defeated foe, you can kind of see that there is like a little like wicker shrine of some sort that was built behind the creature that perhaps it was defending.
A wicker shrine. Is it like little?
Yeah, it's fairly small.
Trap. Investigate.
To go take a look at that a little closer. Like, is it, if there's multiple parts to it, or does it?
It's kind of just kind of formed almost like a altar of some sort. You can tell that it was constructed. It's not shapen in any like natural fashion.
We killed this plant spirit.
I'm just looking for valuables.
You don't see anything here at this site that is particularly valuable. You just sense that it is maybe some kind of a place of worship or a place to pray to whatever god that this thing belonged to, this guardian.
The god of the bamboo.
Bamboo god.
Yes.
The Wicker Man.
The bamboozler.
Bamboozler, I love it.
So, would you like to continue your journey towards the structure that you were headed towards?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
More structure finding, less getting killed by plant things.
You get closer and closer to that structure, and it begins to take form in your perception. Soon you see that it very clearly, despite the mist all about, a 300-foot monolith covered in 50-foot long thorns. It looks not so much constructed as grown. It more or less looks like some kind of a massive seed pod that reaches up to the sky. There's one entrance ahead of you, 60-foot tall double doors with a giant latch. And you see that there are a number of, looks like there was probably about 3 characters kind of camped out in front of the structure that you can pull from the well there.
Iron One, Shifty, and Tiny Tim.
All right.
Yeah.
We have one reinforcement left.
So they
Tiny Tim's gonna.
they
end
will
up coming
explain
out
to
on
you
top.
that they also were sent here by the Lady in Blue, and that they've been
Tiny
here
Tim
for
is
some
like
time actually.
Empty
Since the last full moon they've been here,
Don't like 'em.
and they tell you that their entire party like got killed on the way here, and they're scared to go in by themselves.
Well, there's
I
3
mean,
of you.
Tiny Tim is kind of a coward.
Tiny Tim's just sitting there like with the empty flask, like
He's real not
You
lucky.
can see he's got
not
like the
real
shakes
smart.
from like a month of
Non-alcohol.
non-consumption.
alms for the poor with his begging bowl. Please.
And his stick.
What does he use the stick? The stick is a
To beat
thing,
people who
right?
don't donate. No.
The stick is.
I'm assuming it's like a 1
I think it's a club staff, but I'm gonna double check. 71. Or no, that was the professions. Club, yep, D4. Boom. Hey, at least he's got +1 to strength. He's a strong alcoholic who's in
helps
the shakes.
helps kids' body grow.
Tiny Tim. Was the Hammers a club as well?
Let's give a shout out to our one viewer right now, former Marion student, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
So what do you do as you stand before this structure? There is an illustration of it, which we'll put up here. Looks like that.
Ooh. It really does have 50-foot spikes,
Yeah.
thorns coming off
Does
of
anyone have
it.
some weed killer with them?
Well, I do have this flask of oil that we could
I've
start
got
a
a-
fire with.
I,
But we have to get
Esmeralda
someone
has
out
a
of it.
candle, and
Mendel has a
Cena
flask
has
of oil, and
the
so
flint
does
steel
Storm.
still.
We could get a really big fire.
We just burn it
Shifty
down.
is like a costermonger and has a fruit basket with him. And he's like, well, we could just knock and offer the fruit basket. Everybody loves fruit. It's way
That's
better
true.
than vegetables.
Oh,
That's
what?
true.
And rice.
Costermonger?
Well,
Costermonger?
That's true too.
He like gives derisive
It's just
looks
a funny
towards
word.
all of the like farmers that grow vegetables because he's like, nah, fruit's the best.
Get your act together.
Get your act together.
So we could knock and offer this fruit basket.
That is true. Gifts of offering.
Mendel reaches.
COSTRERM.
Take an apple off the fruit basket.
Squire.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, you're all hungry because you let the one little tiny halfling that had food with him fall off the bridge.
He should have thrown his fruit back up for us.
So as you try to silence your hunger pangs,
Let's knock on the door and offer the fruit.
Brunhild is just stickily eating cheese.
Isn't it
smells
smelly
Stinky,
cheese?
crunchy
not
cheese.
great.
It's not just normal cheese, it's smelly cheese, right?
Sticky cheese.
Oh, stinky cheese. Stinky?
Sticky.
Oh, sticky. Hands.
So who's knocking on this door?
Just character.
Well, if everybody's in agreement, Shifty's gonna do it.
All right. You go ahead and you knock on the wooden door. Just walk in.
Dun, 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 dun.
That would be rude and unsalesmanlike.
You just kind of hear like
It
a.
might be safer not to announce our presence.
What
But
could
we can't
possibly
Already
go
done.
wrong?
Already
Already
done?
done. He knocked on the door. You just hear kind of a very hollow sound on the other side. Kind of echoes like a large chamber on the other side. And there's no response or answer.
Well, we can't just go in if no one invites us in.
That's true.
Can we?
Why not?
Well, we're not vampires, so we can.
Or are we?
I think those guys were in already, weren't they?
We
Those
we
two.
had not gone in there. That's scary in there.
Well, you were in there, right?
No.
There are no sort of windows you can just like peek in.
There's no windows.
We could climb up the spikes.
All right,
Those are good
Shifty.
climbing spikes.
Shifty will turn the handle if there's a handle on the door.
Yeah, it's got a latch and it opens. Inside, you see that this is a single huge room, a massive organic shape, like the inside of some colossal hive. Lights shine down from holes within the ceiling, and glowing creatures fly about in the distant expanse, throwing strange green lights across the floor and walls. Reclining against the far wall is a massive creature that looks like it would be 60 feet tall if it stood. It has red-brown fur and the head, face, and trunk of a giant predatory beast. The creature's snoring rattles your heart in your chest. Hanging above it, from what appears to be a massive tree branch growing from the inside of the wall, is a domed cage of woven wood more than 100 feet off of the ground. From this angle, you can't see what is inside. So, this guy,
Oh my.
cover guy, the Titan you suspect.
She who must not be named might be hanging in the thing. Okay. Shifty, despite his name is not very shifty. So who would like to try to... Well, how far up?
100 feet overhead.
Hanging from a branch.
Yeah.
Is where? Wait, what?
There's like this
We're-
hanging cage
Okay.
way up.
Okay, where does this branch grow out of?
like it's coming out of the ceiling. It's just, you know, a little wicker woven wooden cage that's hanging
No,
precariously.
the branch. It grows out of the ceiling.
The branch that the
Cage hangs
Cage
from.
is hanging from.
yeah, branches down.
Oh, I thought it would grow out of a trunk of some tree.
Well,
This whole thing is like
Gotta
a
be
big old
John.
tree.
it's gotta be
It
John
kinda
Cena
looks like-
or Brunhilde.
Well, let's have one of those two. Well, sneak in and explore and see if there's any way up to that thing.
Well, Whisker could go in. He's a trapper.
Should probably have Brunhilde do it. Yeah.
Why? Is it just it's got good agility or something?
Good agility, good intelligence, decent luck compared to the rest of everybody that is in front of me right now.
Whisker's not bad.
Also, she has a grappling hook, and it's true.
Ooh, yeah.
And in addition to checking on holy symbols,
Oh.
in case you know this Titan, maybe it's just a demon.
Big one.
So we can send Brunhilde out there.
So Brunhilde enters in through the door and is in the massive chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're in there. The light from these little bugs that are flying around gives you enough light that you can kind of clearly see about.
These bugs are just flying around, paying no attention to me. Whatever, just
You know, once in a while one of them will come and drop, and they're quite large flies that glow. They'll drop, kind of buzz around your head, and then fly off.
okay. All right. Kind of check around the walls. There's nothing particularly noteworthy to investigate.
So you're checking along the walls, and you do indeed see that there is a breach in the wall. There is like this branch that seems to be laying, a huge branch that is laying against like the wall of the chamber, and you can see that behind it, now that you're looking, you can see there's a hole, a passageway beyond.
Alright, I'll go back and tell them, hey, if you come in and see that branch, there's a little passageway back there behind that.
Oh
Hanging out
yeah.
down there. Yeah.
That seems like a really wise place for us to run to. Let's do it.
Okay.
We should maybe check that out. You know, in case we need to escape from whatever.
I agree.
I think we should go
I'm willing to
through
go that way.
Here.
Alright,
Cool.
so Brunhilde's in the, or back outside of the chamber now?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, she
yeah,
came
just
back.
like came
told
back
us
and
about
told
it.
them like what's up, like what the inside layout
And
looks
you've
like.
got a character that's heading in?
I do, as I think all of us are gonna head in.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
But yes, I have one that was like ambitious.
Alright. So you're all going in,
Mm-hmm.
Going in.
and you're heading over to the breach,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and what's your plan then?
Go through it.
Go through.
Then to the breach.
It's always Joe. Do you have these numbered 1 through 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 3.
Shifty.
Shifty is kind of bringing up the rear, being all shifty like. And he's the last one that enters into the chamber. And as he does, you know, in like Cinderella, there's like that pumpkin patch thing where the pumpkin turns into the carriage or whatever. Like, imagine that with like a big demon face on it, and it was clinging to the wall right above the entrance into the the massive chamber.